So this is my new single that just came out 1 week ago today from the Sometimes a Girl Needs a Blues album. It's called The Bottle. He loves Jameson, Jim, Johnny, and then some more that I can't even name. No, it ain't a lady that's driving you crazy, getting between us again. Sometimes it's red wine, but most of the time it's whiskey that's stealing my dreams. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. He's been trying to tell me, but I just refuse to believe. Well, I've tried and I've tried, I've pleaded and cried, but now I finally see that man loves a bottle more than he loves me. Well, it's easy to think whenever he drinks that I should just pack up my things. But in those few moments, whenever he's sober, the last thing I want is to leave. But those moments, I guess, become less and less. The reasons to stay hard to see. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. That man loves a bottle more than he loves me. He's been trying to tell me, but I just refuse to believe. Well, I've tried and I've tried, I've pleaded and cried, but now I finally see that man loves a bottle more than he loves me. Well, I've tried and I've tried, I've begged and he's lied, but now I finally see that that man loves a bottle more than he loves me.
You're listening to Live from the Backroom on 106.1 Flip FM. We are here with Jenni Dale Lord. Jenni, thank you so much for performing The Bottle, your new single. It came out 1 week ago today.
1 week ago today. Yes, thank you so much for having me. This is awesome. I'm still kind of waking up, but
It happens to all of us. So this is a much different single than your previous one that you released earlier this year, or excuse me, last year. My years run together, obviously.
well, with 2020 and 2021, I've yet to see much of a differentiation, so I totally get it.
Where, I guess, as a singer-songwriter, where do you go from He Loves Me More to The Bottle? I mean, when you listen to the album, obviously, there's the flow, but take us through that journey.
Well, I usually, when I come out with my singles, I let my promoter, Mr. Dillenstein, pick his favorites, or I usually ask his opinion, which one he thinks needs to be released. And the first one that he liked, that he wanted to release, was He Loves Me More. And it's actually very similar to a lot of the radio singles that we've released in the past, as far as, uh, the feeling and the beat and the countryness of it all. And it was really fun. But with this particular single, I decided to go a slightly different direction and ask my producer, Mr. Scott Ferris, which song he loves the most. And he's always told me that The Bottle was his favorite. So I thought we would try that out. I do a lot of rock and blues influences in my music. So it's not hard to pick a single when only three of them really sound like country. So I'm like, all right, I got three songs to choose from. Which one do you want? So.
So I don't want to be that guy, but being in radio and it being easy to compare you to other artists, I feel like there's certainly some. You mentioned Dwight Yoakam. I would say Bonnie Raitt, obviously.
I love Bonnie Raitt.
Who are your influences?
Well, since I was a kid, like my biggest number one influence has been Reba McEntire. I love mostly her ballads. I'm always been a ballad person. In fact, the song I'm going to play for you next will be just one of those heart-wrenching ballads that I'm so fond of. But my music, I've kind of had a journey as I've gotten older. Like when I got into college, I fell in love with Ani DeFranco, who's like really folk rock and indie, has this really unique sound to her. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard before growing up listening to country music. And just really fell in love with that. And then I got turned on to the blues with Etta James is like my number one blues. And I just really have a whole bunch of influences. And I find myself picking from those players and pieces when I make my music, even if it's not intentional. Sometimes it just happens, and which I think is kind of been a blessing and a curse, because none of my music really sounds the same, so hopefully you're not going to get tired of hearing the same thing over and over, but at the same time it's hard to find a home for something that doesn't necessarily fit into a particular genre. So
you mentioned kind of off camera that you did culinary training, so I see a lot of that then, kind of that idea of let's pick and choose and see what we can get, kind of like making a new dish.
I've actually never thought about it like that, but that's exactly what it is. Well, I've never tried this before, and I've never tried that before, and what if I put it all together? How's it going to turn out? That's a really great analogy. I'm going to have to start using that. Well, you don't mind if I steal that? I'll give you credit
yours.
for it.
Yeah. So, Jenni, you have a current album that you are promoting. It's I apologize, it's in front of me here.
Sometimes a Girl Needs the Blues.
And it's been out for, about 6 months now.
Yeah, it came out in June. We were able to have a big album release party in like the 2 weeks that Texas was open, and it was totally safe and nobody got sick. I'm really proud of that. But usually I like to give party gifts for people who attend, and this year it was hand sanitizer. So I was like, here you go.
And you've had pretty decent response from that, from what I've seen.
I can't complain. It's definitely been a weird year, because usually I'd go out on the road and I would try to promote it as much as possible. And honestly, my time on the road has been few and far between, with everything being the way that it is. But the feedback that we've gotten has been good, and so I'm really happy about that. And honestly, we're just now starting to use the songs and do things with it, so hopefully that means it'll just continue to spread and grow and all that stuff like that.
One of the nice things I would guess about having to kind of stay home is you've at least been able to perform. Lubbock has enough musical venues and enough places kind of around that you haven't had to just sit at home and twiddle your thumbs, it seems.
That is true. I mean, when the actual shutdown happened, so from like March to August, I pretty much had no shows, or they were very few and far between. Things are starting to open back up, and restaurants are starting to have music and things like that. So I have been able to keep busy, as you said. And if I haven't been playing music, I've been cooking. I told you I'm smoking some ribs today. So I've definitely been busy, and I've enjoyed it. And it's allowed me to do things that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, I don't think, because one of the things that I really took to during the quarantine when I wasn't playing was doing a lot of Facebook Live shows and online things like that I would not have done if not for that. And all the radio stations really came together and said, go live for my Facebook page and go live for my Facebook page. And so it actually introduced me to people all over the world that I can now call my friends and my fans. And so I guess if there was a blessing in disguise from everything that's happened, that would definitely be it.
Well, very good. So you mentioned another song that you would like to perform for us.
Yes. This is also from the Sometimes a Girl Needs the Blues album. It is probably my favorite song that I've ever written, or at least we talked about maybe doing one that makes me feel things. And this is definitely the song that does that. And people ask me all the time what my favorite song I've ever written is, and while that's easier said than done, if I had to pick, it would probably be this one right here. Never been good at letting go. I have a habit of holding on, but I can see it in your eyes that you're just as good as gold. So let me help you with your suitcase. Let me find your lucky socks. Don't mind about the memories. Blame the whiskey and the rocks. Don't forget to take that photograph from that crazy night we had in Tennessee. Go do you, and I'll do me. I hear it's beautiful in Kansas. I've heard New York has got it all, and I've been told you haven't lived till you've seen Boston in the fall. So let me help you with your suitcase. Let me find your favorite shirt. Don't mind about the memories, of course it's gonna hurt. Don't forget to take that photograph from that crazy night we had in Tennessee. Go do you, and I'll do me. I hope you find what you've been missing, and that you have all you can hold. But I'll be right here where you left me, if the road should bring you home. So let me help you with your suitcase. Let me find your cowboy boots. Don't mind about the memories or the place we planted roots. Don't forget to take that photograph from that night you said I'm all you'll ever need. Go do you, and I'll do me. Go do you, and I'll do me. Go do you.
You're listening to Live from the Backroom on 106.1 Flip FM. We are here with Jenni Dale Lord. Jenni, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So you are going to, we're recording this on the 28th of January, and you have a number of shows coming up. If people in the area want to head out and see you, where can they find you?
Well, tomorrow night I'll be at the Overton Hotel here in Lubbock, and then Saturday I'm going to be out in Turkey, Texas, which is one of my favorite places to play at, Hotel Turkey. And then I'll be back in Lubbock. I think I'm at Berkeley Hill next Saturday, and it's kind of going to lighten up. I had a really good last 2 weeks, and then it's going to lighten up over the next couple weeks, but then hopefully it'll pick up more as the summertime comes on and things start to open back up. And I miss my loud, rowdy patio shows, so I'm really looking forward to some of those and getting on the road again.
I got to shout out to the Hotel Turkey. We're big fans of their whole vibe and setup out there.
I love it out there. I didn't get to go at all last year because I was pretty much at home, but I'm really excited to go back, and I've made lots of good friends in Turkey, and can't wait to see everybody.
Well, hopefully some of them will be hearing this and be like, hey, she's talking about me.
That would be awesome.
So one of the things we also do on this show is I ask some pretty random questions. So I'm going to hit you with this one. And some people kind of get stumped on this, but what's the one question no one has ever asked you about? Something that you are just like, it's your absolute passion and no one knows.
Oh, my Lord. I don't know. I'm going to get stumped because I'm pretty much an open book. I don't know. We talked about my other passion, cooking. I don't know. Just throw me a random question, I guess.
I'll follow this then. What's the weirdest thing that you've ever cooked?
I don't think I've really cooked anything weird, but I can tell you the weirdest thing I've ever eaten.
Okay.
And I went to, I love to go to Mexico. I play in South Padre Island for a few weeks every year. And we always love to go to Nuevo Progreso because it's just a quick drive, and I'd love to hop over there. And they were selling dried roasted grasshoppers on the side of the street. And me and my friends, we decided to try them. And they served them with chili and lime, and I totally ate dried roasted grasshoppers, and they aren't bad. I mean, it's nothing that I look forward to eating again, but they're definitely not bad. I'm a very adventurous eater, though. I will try everything once, maybe twice, just to make sure it wasn't prepared properly the first time. So
the next time you have grasshopper, you can go back and say, okay, it doesn't quite have the same flavor. But
maybe I should try it again just to compare one vendor to another. Well, those grasshoppers down there are better than those grasshoppers. Yeah.
I love it. That's certainly one of the stranger responses we've had.
Well, then see.
All right. So since you're here, since you have your guitar, is there a third song that you would grace us with playing?
Sure. Let me do a little tuning up real quick because I tuned to the capo a second ago. Well, let me just, since it's already tuned there, play one there. So I actually have a new song that is one of my most requested songs. I don't want to bring it down, but recently I lost a dear friend to brain cancer, and before she died, she asked me to write her a song. So I tried to have this recorded in the studio before she passed away, but unfortunately I didn't. But it is recorded now, and I got some of the greatest singers from the area to come and sing on it with me. Yvonne Perea, one of the girls from Honey House, Mandy Buchanan from Honey House, Kenny Maines, Seth Ward out of Amarillo, Hannah Jackson. There's a whole bunch of us singing on this song. And while it could have been a really sad song because of the subject matter, my friend Cindy was the most full of life person that I've ever met. And so that was what I wanted to focus on when I wrote this song for her. It's called In the Dance. I know that nothing's promised, and no one gets out alive. I've been close to the darkness and brought back to the light. Not everyone's so lucky, not everyone's the same. Sometimes without a warning, sometimes without a blame. Someone's gone in just an instant and we'll never be the same. If there's anything I've learned from staying in the game, I'm gonna love, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna laugh, enjoy everything. Wake up each morning like it's my last chance to make some new memories, to dance in the dance. Whoa, 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 whoa. To dance in the dance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take time to call my mama, 'cause I know one day I can't. Tell my brothers and my sisters, and thanks for being my best friend. Give some time to a stranger who knows just where they've been. Hold the door a little longer, big smile when they walk in. Hug my babies while they're babies, and even when they're not, wrap my arms around my lover. It might be my last shot. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna laugh, enjoy everything. Wake up each morning like it's my last chance to make some new memories, to dance in the if we all just live this way. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna laugh, enjoy everything. Wake up each morning like it's my last chance to make some new memories, dancing the dance. Yeah, I'm gonna run with sand in my toes, climb up that mountain, see how high it goes, soak up the sunshine, lots of romance, make some new memories. Yeah, I'm gonna dance in the dance. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna dance in the dance. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna dance in the dance. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're listening to Live from the Backroom on 106.1 Flip FM. Bravo.
Thank you.
That is an amazing song.
Thank you so much. It's the title track to the album I'm recording right now, which you'll get to hear next year in 2022.
All right. So, Jenni Dale Lord, where can people find you if they want to find out more about you and see your upcoming concerts?
Well, the website, jennidalelord.com, definitely is the easiest place to go to. I'm also pretty heavily on Facebook, facebook.com/JDLmusic. So check that out. I'm always post my upcoming shows and little things, so you can see pictures from the interview from today that I'll be sharing on there, and YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff. If it's online, I'm there. You can find me.
All right. You're everywhere. We like that.
I try to be.
Well, Jenni Dale Lord, we appreciate you coming to Live from the Back Room, and best of luck in 2021.
Thank you so much. Same to you.